Hi everyone, this is a quick tutorial on how you can set work to your students if they're following your lesson online, whether it's a hybrid lesson or whether it's an entire class following your lesson online. Now, the purpose of this video is to show you how you can set them work, how you can monitor the work that they're doing live in real time, and so that you can see that the students are engaged when you're not talking to them or when they're not talking to you. The other thing that you can do also with this exercise is you're able to have evidence of the work that they've done in your lesson, either for review and feedback or just as evidence so that you can show whether they have been following the lesson, doing the work, or they haven't. So I'm going to jump right into this. I've got my practice teams here, the teacher training one. I'm in the general section, as you can see, and I've opened the files section. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start quickly by creating a new folder. And I'm only creating the folder so I can organize my work. Let's say this is on, I don't know, web page design. So I've got my folder there. Now, what's important is you can notice I've put this folder in the general section of files. I haven't put it in the class materials. So remember, if it's in this section, in the general section, and not in class materials, then students have rights to open and edit and delete whatever you put in here. The reason why I'm putting my files in this section is because I want the students to be able to open the file and actually do some work in those files. So this wouldn't work if you put it in class materials. When the exercise is finished, you can move the work into the class materials, and that way the students can't delete it. Okay, so I'm going to open this folder and I'm going to use this folder here. So I'm going to click, not right click, click on new. I'm going to create a new PowerPoint. Now, if you've already got a PowerPoint that you've set up, then you can just drag it in. I'm just going to start a new one here. Web page exercise 1. And that's going to open PowerPoint in Teams. I like showing you how to use PowerPoint and things through Teams because you don't have to go from one thing to another. For example, go to PowerPoint, save it, and drag it. So you can do this exercise entirely from Teams. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to delete this very quickly, and I'm going to put an insert, and I'm going to put the text box, and I'm going to put here enter your name. Okay. And then I'm going to put another insert, and I'm going to put my question, let's say. Text box. In the box below, describe the Okay, so this is, just fix that, my typing skills are not up to par, as you can see. So here's my question. This is the exercise, the exercise they're going to do. Now, this is just a very basic one. I'm going to put another text box here, insert, and I'm going to just open this up. And this is where the students are going to write their, okay, so as they start typing, it will go in there. Place your answer below. Okay, just to give them some, and I'll just put some lines there for them. So you can add some pictures, you can add whatever you want on this slide. Now, each slide is going to be for one student. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to right click, duplicate. Now, if you've got 4 students, then that's fine. 4 slides, 20 students, 20 slides. I've done this with 24 students, and all 24 have been working at the same time. That's it. That's all you have to do. So I'm going to close this now. During my lesson, I'm going to tell the students, guys, I want you to go to the file section, open the folder, web page design, and open the PowerPoint. Then you're going to tell the students to go to a slide, choose a slide each. You can allocate slides, say this student is slide 1, the other student is slide 2, and they have to type their name at the top. So, and they have to do this work during the online lesson. So I've got a student Teams open here. I'm going to drag this into view. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to go to the file section. So this is me as a student. Now, this is a student account, as you can see. So I'm going to go to web page here. And here's the PowerPoint. I'm a student now. And I'm going to go to, if you look here, can you see how it's updated? And it's showing Nikos Pafidis is working on this slide. And I'm going to be the student. And I'm going to write my name, student 1. And as a teacher, if I move this out the way, I can see this student is working on this slide. Look at that. And if I click on that student slide, there you go. So if I go back now to here and the student's doing answering the questions, can you see here on the teacher side, I'm seeing this live. Okay, so they can answer the questions. Let me move the student out the way now. The other beautiful thing is if you get two students going to the same page, this student's going to jump to this student's slide here to see what they're answering. You will see that live because you can see all of the slides here. You can see the little icon, the profile icon of each student. So there should only be one profile icon on each slide. That's it. Lesson's over. Perfect. You can close this. You can now take this PowerPoint and you can drag it in the class materials, and in here you've got your evidence in your PowerPoint, a slide for each student. This works with Excel and Word. I wouldn't suggest Word, mainly because if you've got students working on different pages, the person who's above as they're typing is going to move everything down. So avoid Word. I've used this with Excel as well. I've used it like this. So I create a new Excel workbook. Let's say other data analysis. So if you're doing business or whatever, you've got them doing some kind of analysis of finance, then what you can do here is you can set the work and then tell them to go to the spreadsheet. And at the bottom, you're going to add sheets. Okay, and you can copy paste the work. So let's say this is the data that we want them to use. I'm simply going to right click on this and I can duplicate. There we go. So I'm going to delete these ones. And exactly the same thing. I'm going to open us up as a student now. Delete there. So there you go. I've got that one, that one. I'm going to duplicate that again. And then I'm going to duplicate that again. And there we go. So now as a student, I'm going to come in again. Let's just go to here. So here's the student profile. There's the data analysis which I've added. So in the lesson, I will turn right, go open the Excel file. There we go. Let's dismiss that. And we can see here, tell each student to go in and double click on the sheet tab at the bottom. And they could write their name, STU1. So each student will have their own tab. Can you see here on the teacher's one? There it is there, STU1. And they can now start working. And if I click on this on the teacher side, can you see? There's student 1. I can see what that student's doing. So if I now open the student and I start entering data, equals count, all of that. Go, actually, let's do count A. We'll do count all of this and enter. There you go. There's the result, 11. And it actually shows you where the student is. And you can monitor all the students by simply clicking on the sheet of each student and seeing what they're doing. Again, at the end of the lesson, you can take the files from here, download them or save them in the class materials, and you've got your evidence. You can review and give them feedback. That's it, guys.